Shy men of Reddit, how did you meet your girlfriend / so? Went to a bar with a fellow shy buddy. I noticed a redhead in the corner that I had my eye on most of the night. Told him to check her out. He says, "I'll go talk to her for you." I thought, where'd he suddenly get the balls? He pointed me out to her and told her I wanted to slow dance with her. She said okay. Dance, got to know her, started dating her. This was in 1990. We got married 4 years ago and have a 8-year-old son together. She still gives me shit for being too shy to ask her to dance. Found out several years ago that my buddy worked with her dad and knew her, which explains why he was able to talk to her. Man, that is one good wingman. I hope he was your best man, because he is your best man. Thanks, but haven't talked to him in years. He still lives back home, 2 hours away. At work as a student teacher, I was the ancient student teacher, 26Y/O at the time, when most of the other student teachers were 20 to 21, and she was the cute girl who worked the Y before and after care program. I would play basketball at the school's gym after school every Wednesday, and she took her YMCA kids into the gym to get gym time every Wednesday. At first, it was just me asking her if she minded me playing ball while she was in there with the little ones. Then it turned into me playing knockout every Wednesday with the YMCA kids and her. Then it turned into me watching the YMCA kids play basketball while talking to her. And finally, it turned into her asking me out for a beer after she got off work. I'm the shy one, remember? We are now happily engaged and recently bought a house together. Cheers. This is awesome, man. Congrats. Mutual friend was insistent. Forced us to talk since she was also real shy. Our personalities are a good match. Worked out for the best 10 years together. Married for 2. I'm in the beginning of a relationship that started out just like this. I had a friend that was like, "You have to ask this girl out." But every time we hung out together she was super quiet and didn't seem like much to be around. So I kind of brushed her off. Eventually that same friend was like, "You have to ask this girl out." And I was like, fine. So I did. Turns out she just doesn't do well in large groups, and when I got her one-on-one she wound up being quite an interesting and fun person. I'd like to think that I'm the same way as her. I've only ever hung out with a few very close friends at a time, and whenever we go to parties I tend to talk to them or sit back and watch everyone else hang out. I feel like I'm considerate and interesting once people get to know me, but that rarely happens since I'm so quiet, sad face. Got really drunk at a friend's birthday party. Met the love of my life. Got her really drunk as well. Long story short, still drunk today. 3 cheers for beers. 3 beers for cheers. I fell in love with her 10 years ago. We were best friends all 4 years of high school and 2 years after we graduated. I finally admitted to her that I liked her after drunk me told her about a dream I had of us getting married and having kids. We are engaged, our 4-year anniversary is in 2 days, and we recently bought the house we are going to raise our kids in. I liked her shirt in a group conversation. After thinking about how to tell her I liked her shirt, thinking down every possible way it was going to go bad. "Hey, I like your shirt." It worked. So of a shy guy here. We met hanging out with mutual friends. Continued to hang out with same friend group for a few months. I tried to get him to take me home one night and he completely missed my cues, so I backed off, thinking it was a rejection. A few more months went by and finally I just asked him out. 3 years later we are still going strong. We still joke about how he missed my hints. From a guy's perspective it's a very tricky situation. It's really hard to figure out flirting or just being friendly, especially in group hangouts and mutual friends situation. One mistake in figuring out cues and hints and you are a creep and weirdo in eyes of all your friends. I get that. It was disappointing at the time, but I stuck with him. Picture this. 2 AM. We spent all night at the bar with our friends only talking to each other. He walks me to me car. I say, "Wow, I'm not even tired. I really don't want to go home. I could stay out or do something a bit longer." "Okay, I'm going to bed. Have a good night." He responds. Was I too subtle? Was he being too thick? The world may never know. I met my now wife 550 miles away on a beach on vacation. Went with my friends, rented a house right on the beach. Saw the house across the street from us had cars with plates from my state, and there were some hot chicks there too. Perfect icebreaker. I talked to the one that I thought was fantastic, and turned out she was. Actually, a friend of mine got to her first while I was out fishing. He told me he met a chick, and she was awesome. I was like, where? Let me meet her. The rest was history. Turned out she lived 3 miles away from me in the same town. I literally take her right out of my driveway, drive for 3 miles, then left to her driveway. Very crazy coincidence being 550 miles from home. That was 15 years ago. Now we've been married about 8 years, have a 4-year-old daughter who is unimaginably cute, and our relationship is strong. We never fight, we love each other's company, and we are basically inseparable. Best vacation ever. And we go back every year. We have a picture from the first day we met. On the stairs to the cottage, making crazy faces. Last year we went and took a picture on the same set of stairs that we met. Us and our daughter, all making crazy faces. It's awesome. It doesn't sound like you're very shy. My so is quiet, not shy, just really doesn't bother interacting with people. I kept rolling up to him on my computer chair in class and irritating him. They see me rollin', patrolin', and scrawlin'. I was really shy around girls I liked in high school, and one day I randomly added a girl on Snapchat and accidentally sent her a Snapchat of a bag of chips saying remember these, and then quickly sent another that said sorry wrong person. That was my junior year and now I'm in my 2nd semester of college, and I'm still dating that girl. She brings it up all the time, and gives me a lot of shit for it, but I still got her so it's whatever. I do hate thinking back to this story because of how creepy and cringy it is. That's not cringy, that's fucking hilarious. You met up over a bag of chips. She was friends with my brother and they were in a show together at the local community theater. They came into my workplace to see if we would be willing to hang up a sign advertising their show. I had just gotten out of a bad relationship and was not looking for anything at the time, but when I saw her, she was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. We talked for a few minutes and they invited me to go out to eat after their performance that evening. I don't know how I did it, but I said yes and met them later on at a Perkins. My brother and his other friends ended up ditching her and she asked me for a ride home. I agreed, not knowing at the time that she lived 20 minutes in the opposite direction of where I was going. A few days later, she invited me to go out to see a show with her and some friends. Once again, her friends ditched her after the show and she needed a ride home. We talked a lot, and I told her that I was pretty shy and not one to make the first move. She said that was okay and leaned over and kissed me. I knew right then and there that she was the one for me. We have been together for just about 9 years and married for 7. We have 4 kids, and she is still the love of my life. I like that. Ditched. I think your bro ditched her so you could get that chance, haha. They were probably doing it on purpose just so the two of you would end up alone by yourselves. Advanced wingman technique. Is that advanced these days? Getting some people some alone time should be wingman 101. I had been dating a girl for 5 years and she broke up with me. I got really drunk and started just messaging single girls on Facebook with a pre-made message. Something like, hey, I know we don't talk much if at all, just reaching out to see if you'd like to grab a bite to eat and maybe a drink in the next week or so. My treat. Probably sent to 20 different girls and I went on like 3 dates and finally ended up seeing casually the girl I've been seeing seriously for 5 years now. The classic every swipe is a right swipe approach. Fish with a net, not with a hook. She wouldn't like me wording it like this, but we were both wasted at a costume party and she came up and started slobbering on me. Still together 4 years later. After all the cute, cheesy stories at the top, this one I believe the most. Every single relationship I've had has been the result of her approaching me or my friends intervening on my behalf. I'm 36 and to this day, I've never approached a woman. That shit is just straight terrifying to me. It's a little bit pathetic, I know, but I'm pretty happy with what I've got now, so I hope I don't ever have to approach anyone. Sounds like me, except I'm 18.